Let's make this super simple sunglass sleeve. We're going to sew the insides and the outsides right sides together. So pay attention if you have directional fabrics, but we're just sewing one long edge right sides together with a 1/4 inch seam and back stitch at the beginning and the end. And then we're going to top stitch that seam. It just makes it lie nice and flat and gets rid of some of the puffiness of a seam. So you're just gonna, from the top, sew about 1/8 of an inch from the seam. And repeat this for your lining. This is after we've cut them to the size that is in the pattern. So back stitch at the beginning of the end, 1/4 inch all the way down the long sides. And when you're top stitching, you really do want to pull your seam apart to make sure that you don't accidentally sew a pleat into it. So you'll see me really kind of pull the two sides of the fabric apart as I'm top stitching. So you need to trim that curve into 2 corners, and the curve template is in the pattern. You can trace it on there, and really could use any curve. So you could technically use a mug or a roll of tape, anything with a curve, and just trace the curve onto 2 opposite corners. Then we're going to trim it from the lining and the outside, right on that line. Now our zipper, we're only using one side of the zipper teeth. It's going to go up and all the way across the top and then back down the other side. And then we kind of double it on itself to zip it closed. So you're going to start at the bottom edge without the curve, and you're sewing with right sides together. So the zipper teeth, the prominent side of the zipper, is against the right side of your fabric. When you come up to that curve, we need to clip our zipper. So I'm clipping about every 1/4 inch, maybe even more often than that. But we want to clip it so that it'll go around that curve gently and cleanly instead of bunching up. We really need the zipper tape to kind of spread out around the curve. So go slowly. You can pin this or tape it or glue it if you need to. I'm just so used to it that I can kind of do it as I go. So you see I'll clip right where that tape is going to go around the curve, and pretty often. Now you do not want to clip more than a 1/4 inch into the tape because that's our seam allowance. So if you clip more than a 1/4 inch into the tape, you're going to have essentially holes in your zipper tape once you sew it and flip it right sides out. So start at one end, around one curve, across the top, around the other curve, and to the other bottom. Back stitch at both sides. So this is what it looks like from the right and the wrong side. Next we're going to add our lining. I have a lot of zipper here, so I'm just going to trim off the excess. I'm putting my lining right sides together with my outside fabric, and I'm just lining up my edges. We're going to back stitch at the beginning and the end, and then carefully come around the edge, across the top, and around the other corner. You want to take your time on this and make sure everything lines up. So again, if you need to pin or clip or tape this before sewing it, please feel free to, but go really nice and slow. When you're going around the corner, you do want to make sure that your zipper tape and your teeth are nicely tucked in. Do not accidentally sew over the zipper teeth because you're on this curve and they're kind of bunched up towards the inside of the pouch. So just make sure that everything is tucked in and you don't sew over the teeth accidentally. The center seams should also match and nest. So see here they kind of go in opposite directions, and that's why we want those seams to go in opposite directions. So take note of that when you're putting them right sides together. Now we're going to flip, and you don't really have to trim or clip anything. That zipper is going to help keep everything in place and push the seam out where we want it to go. Kind of acts like piping. If you've ever done piping, this has that same effect. It gives a really nice effect and a nice seam. So now we're going to top stitch this. So again, about 1/8 of an inch from the seam, and I'm really pulling here to make sure that I don't accidentally sew a pleat, because what could happen is if you sew a pleat, it might actually, your zipper might get caught in it. So we don't want any pleats. We want it to be pulled nice and tight against the stitching that we did in the last step. So just make sure that you're really pulling your zipper teeth out away from the seam, and you just kind of make sure it's nice and taut, and then you give it a clean top stitch. Back stitch at the beginning and the end like normal. We are really close to done at this point. If your zipper teeth are not even, you'll want to trim them even with each other. And so just fold it in half and make sure that they're even, and cut the longer one. When I put my zipper pull on, I like to do things upside down. So my zipper pull is upside down and my zipper is upside down, and that's just how I do that. So it takes practice. If you haven't seen this before, watch a couple of my other GlitterBugFairy bag tutorials, and I talk a little bit more about adding a zipper pull on. The last step is sewing that bottom seam. Be very careful across the teeth, but go nice and slow. Backstitch several times. This is going to be kind of a stressed seam, so backstitch several times to make it nice and secure. Trim your zipper even with the bottom, and then I like to use a lighter and just kind of melt the zipper a little bit so it doesn't fray. This is fairy fabric, so it's not a real big fraying material. You can finish that seam if you want to at the bottom, but I'm not even worried about it. It's going to be at the bottom, it won't show, and fairy fabric doesn't really fray. And that's really it. Look how cute this bag is.